Get started for the Wednesday, February 18th Planning Commission for the Village of Franklin. Could I do a roll call starting from the right? Sarah?
Sarah Gressick, present.
Linda Novak, present.
Stuart Wooters, present.
Paul Brakeman, present.
Quincy Harrison, present.
All right, great. So do we have an adoption for the agenda?
The only, I was looking at, it says items 6, 7, and 8. That seems to be not what we discussed last time. It was like 1, 2, and 3, and then 15.
Right.
So I didn't know why, if there was some change for 6, 7, and 8, or
Yeah, so in
feedback from council.
Yes, feedback from council. And trustees, Sally, who's here, will also take a minute and kind of catch us up during his council liaison opportunity. Any other questions about the agenda?
The only thing is then that's really not old business, because it's not what we discussed last time. Wouldn't that be new business? But either way.
It's overall it's a general topic, but yeah. We will need to break them down into individual topics and talk about them independently anyway. So even though it's technically in one grouping, this is going to discuss the feedback from council and where we want to start, how we break down each of the different items. So
Yeah, we're gonna do a few at a time just to not overwhelm ourselves, correct, Liv?
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. And Pete,
But I will make a motion to adopt the agenda.
I will second.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, great. So, how about adoption of the minutes from last meeting? Were there any changes or modifications that anyone felt were necessary? Said no?
I did not.
Okay. All right, then could I have a motion to adopt the minutes from the January Planning Commission meeting?
Motion to adopt the minutes from January's planning commission meeting.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
Do I have to abstain? Because
You
I
do have to
wasn't at the
abstain,
last
yes. And we'll just make sure in the minutes that
meeting. I was watching.
Linda is abstained. Okay, cool. All right, now we can go into our, we don't have a really, yeah, we can go into, so, I didn't remember seeing the budget.
It was just on a piece of paper here when we got here. So.
Is it, oh, yeah, okay. So I'm gonna, I was actually gonna request that, the office just give us quarterly updates on our budget. Right now, we don't, while we're working through with our treasurer, less burden on them to, do it quarterly, so, any objections to doing that, doing the budget, our budget? We have very few line items anyway from month to month.
Yep.
The only thing was that I know, and Evan's not here, I don't know if they ever, because it was in our minutes that we did talk about it, if we figured out if we were the public hearing comment, the public hearing notice, if we ever figured that out. That was the only thing I,
Oh. Yeah. I've not heard back from him. We've not finalized that. I did make the request. Did Bill, have you heard anything on that? No. Okay. Yeah, cause I noticed, in the Birmingham Eagle that, Beverly, they announced their public hearings in the Eagle. It's like one of the last pages. It's under community communication, and their public hearings are there. So that's why I'm curious why they can get away with it. But
Well, maybe we can. We just don't know.
yeah,
It might be completely fine.
We typically done it through the open press site because they have been technically easier to work with, and their publications come out more often, which gives us a little more flexibility of when we get the notices to them so that they can get posted.
Hmm. It sounds like we could do a tiered system then, but I would rather, like, it seems like, I don't know. We'll talk to council, I'm not council, we'll talk to, clerks more.
Curious to see the price difference. I think Eagle's monthly, isn't it?
Yeah,
And I'm sure Open Press is more often.
yeah, they actually have it daily, but they typically run their public notices on a certain day. I think
Right.
they have to have it for them by a Thursday,
But-
and they get the weekend.
But Open Press is online entirely,
Yeah.
right? Right.
They still print a minimal document, but most of their services are online.
But it could just hold up our
Yeah,
whole process a lot.
It did work out better, not just for planning, but for, we have zoning board of appeals meetings, we have other public hearings that, we have timing issues with too.
Yeah, that's a good point. No one, that was not raised previously when we discussed a cheaper option,
Yeah.
that it may not.
Right, so, I mean, in recent history, we've had that situation where we did a site plan approval, and we did not an emergency meeting, but a non-normal scheduled meeting to be able to do the site plan review within a week or so of planning's meeting, so,
Right.
yeah, I can see the advantage of that.
On a monthly notification, especially when we're dealing with the zoning board, they only meet once a month, and those have deadlines
For submission.
that are much tighter for people to supply information and get certain things, and still allow us time to produce the document that gets published. And once a month, just didn't really fit into the meeting schedule and stuff like that.
Well, and anyway, I know that this is off, we've now extended the topic a little bit more on this from just budget, but, just the history of planning commission public notices, we typically, if it's an ordinance that we have a public hearing for,